eat the most, or like what I would be like if I was eaten?
I'm not gonna.
You carry a gun, Mr. Chase?
I never bothered. Ruins the line of your suit.
You used to be a spy.
My child is a prisoner.
$17 million. All they will take is eye, his ear, the hand, and don't tell me you don't have the money.
I gotta ask you the easy question first.
Okay, start easy.
If you had all the money in the world, what would you be on?
What would I be on?
Yeah, what would be your thing?
Oh, I'd give it away. I would absolutely give it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to read this book to my daughter when she was little called Just Enough and Not Too Much. And I wouldn't want anything that I hadn't worked for. I don't think it does people any good. It's why you can't spoil your kids. You know, it'd be so fun. It'd be so fun to spoil them. It would be so obvious and natural and easy to just delight them and buy their love. But unfortunately, yeah, it's going to ruin them. So I would have to give it away.
Over the last several years, at least, there's been like a climate and a portrayal of the wealthy in this country as greedy and unforgiving. And this character, Getty, is very unique in who he is. But do you think that this movie would help to fan the flames of angst between the common class and the wealthy, or do you think it would offer some understanding of who these people are?
Yeah, it's so interesting. I mean, the thing that I've been thinking about recently in terms of the film is people's justifications for their behavior. That Donald Trump doesn't walk around thinking he's a bad guy. He justifies his own behavior in the same way that Getty justifies not paying the ransom to get back his own grandchild. Those rationalizations, I imagine, are beyond you and me. It's very difficult to like put yourself in their position. And that's the thing that's so frightening about it, is that you can't, that when people become alienated because of power or money, they become unapproachable. They become beyond talking to because they have all these inbuilt protection mechanisms. They actually don't need people anymore. They pay people. And that's what's truly scary, is when somebody becomes beyond discussion. When you can no longer take in new information or ideas, that's when you sort of start to atrophy and die. And when those people are in positions of power, it's pretty scary.
Out of the way, fellas, out of the way! Hey, Salante! Attente! Salante!
My son, Paul, must be very frightened right now. I know I'm frightened for him. So to the people who took him, I don't care why you did this, but I ask as a mother that you think of your own children or of the child that you once were and set my boy free. Thank you.
My son has disappeared. A mother should cry for her son.
All right, enough. Let the lady through. Let's go.
Miss Getty, what are you son? Cry for her son.
Miss Getty, I'm Magistrate Corvo. I'm the lead investigator. Would you please follow us?
Gracias.
Miss Getty, come on. Tell us more. You said you have the money. Miss Getty. About your son. Miss Getty.
You okay?
They want me to cry? Is that it?
This movie made a pretty bold statement, and what Ridley Scott did and recasting it. Do you think that there's going to be a long-lasting effect from this movement, or do you think it'll be like one of these hurricanes that passes through and the news focuses on it, and a couple of months later everybody's kind of forgot that it's a crisis?
I think it's going to change.
Yeah.
I think it's going to change. I was utterly hopeless after the election, and but But I think that everything that's happening now stems directly from the presidential election, that people's outrage reached a point where they couldn't tolerate it anymore. It became like unmanageable, unlivable to have that much anger and indignation. And, you know, luckily or unluckily, Trump keeps giving us more material. And so the movement and the fallout from so many men of power continues to gather momentum and passion, because we realize, like, that it's become an intolerable situation. And for the first time in my life, I really feel like something's going to shift. I actually have optimism that I'm going to hand my daughter a different world than the one that I grew up in.
And lastly, real quick, if there was a Michelle Williams on the menu, if there was a food, Michelle, you know...
What would the food be?
What kind of meal would that be?
Do you mean like what I like to eat the most, or like what I would be like if I was eaten?
I'm not gonna. Yes.
No, you go. I'm here. This is your time. You know, you get whatever you want. What would I
like to eat?
What would I like to eat?
Yeah.
Oh, like my perfect dinner.
Yeah, sure.
See, I take this really seriously. Obviously, like more serious than anything else you've asked me, because I'm like, okay, let me just like center and focus, because this is serious. This is real. Pasta. I want to eat pasta. Yeah, actually, I want to go back to Rome. I want to go to Rome. I hadn't really been to Rome. We shot the movie in Rome, and now like my taste buds are just like completely blown, and I feel like that's my mother. That's her home cooking, and I need to get back to the pasta. I need to get back to the pasta. So yeah, it would be like endless.
Endless pasta.
Endless pasta. Why does it have to taste so good and make you so fat?
Because you act so good, so that's you.
Thank you very much.